Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of REM Bus. As always, I'm your host, Kaz, and I got Callum with me. Hello,
Hi,
Callum. How are
how are
you?
you?
So, guys, let's. Everyone's talking about the hot topic these days is the Clarity Act and the new SEC Senator Kevin Walsh is on the chair. They reckon that will push to big markets or institutions to pour more money. Sometimes more of them are rumors, but you see the next few weeks. But saying that BlackRock and other top companies are considering putting money into this RWA area as well, more institutional money into Bitcoin, accumulating on Bitcoin. So, saying that, let's see actually what's the market graph saying. Let's go to Callum and we'll find out what's going on actually in that space, and also what's the impact or what's to our project, which is REM. What's going on with REM? Callum, over to you, mate. What's going on in the market at this point with all this hoo-ha about the Clarity Act and the institutional money?
Thank you very much, Kaz. Now, guys, yeah, with the institutional money to be flowing into the market, what we need to understand is that whenever legislation is passed, it can be a budget, it can be legislation or something, it won't happen, the impact won't happen straight away, right? It needs to go through the Senate, it needs to pass through certain things, hoops, and then it needs to be signed off by the president. And then, effectively and immediately, there are things that come up, and organizations, institutions need to come up. Then a lot of things needs to arrange, and then it's not easy for something. It's easy for us to talk about the rumor and something's happening now, but the impact itself is probably years to come. So
Yeah,
how we're going to benefit through this is if you invest now on something, that is a looking forward thing that we do for the future. So for example, for RWA, a great example for REM that what we do, right? You're investing not for now, you're investing for future, right?
mm,
Your investment is for future, and because the current legislation, current Clarity Act and everything gives that impact, gives that basis, gives that movement for RWA or any thing that is connected to organization, institutions, and Bitcoin and crypto to flourish.
yeah,
So this is where we need to understand something happens now doesn't mean it's going to happen now. For example, I was just talking about the Australian federal budget is a very good answer for everyone because we deal with our property sector as well, and there are a lot of investments that sorry the government has invested heavily in that budget in infrastructure, defense, and so forth. The question we need to ask is how are we going to leverage through that?
yeah.
Rather than blaming, claiming, doing everything. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
all normal human beings do. You need to ask the question with this, how can you leverage? Because as Propertyware are the company that links with this, right, with REM, we
Yeah.
have allocated sufficient information so for you to go and get the benefit out of that budget. Same way, if we come back to the this Clarity Act, what you need to find out is things like REM, which is focused on property, that links blockchain with property, right? With this Clarity Act, how this tokenization is going to happen, how this is going to impact, and how that utility token, utility coin, going to go up because it can now get those use cases or utilities on board with clarity, with legality, with
That's right.
sufficient legality framework, right? So this is the future that you're looking at with RWA, right?
Yeah.
Given that information, let's quickly go to our charts and let's talk about that. Now you can see this screen. Basically, Bitcoin has gone up a little bit from yesterday, but you see with the last 7 days, totally just gone a little bit down. But that's a small dip if I'll show you the bigger picture. All coins reflect the same way as the Bitcoin moves through. So until we see a proper Ethereum pump and whatever that is and move to the altcoin season, you would see this up and down of Bitcoin, regardless what Bitcoin does. It will just look at them, just follow that movement, just shadow that movement. So go to the Bitcoin charts, guys. This is the thing I was going to always talk about. which is the link, the bigger picture that we look into. Look at this. This is the 50 MA. You can see what happened here. It has gone up, right? So let's look at a little bit bigger. What has happened? Because of the 3-day chart, last 3 days, it has little bit pushed down, but the green candle that started today, or this 3 days, the coming 3 days, has gone up from that blue line. What we don't want is this to go down from the blue line like this, then it'll push down. But if it goes up, at least stay here for a while, then the blue line and the pink line would cross again, something like this. What happened in the before this cycle, something like this over here, right? If this happens before this, it'll pump up and it can come down again and so forth. But most likely because of this huge, like see over here, it's easy to crush down this, but over here you see, to this pink line to come to this, it takes time. So I don't see this coming down like this. If for it to happen, it needs to go all the way, breaking this down and all the way up here. I can't see it at the moment, but what I can see though is, you can see what happened here. What happened here? We showed you this before as well. There was a nice foundation here, nice consolidation that happened here, which gave this pump, right? If we can see the same way, some consolidation here for the months to come, then we can see another pump coming up. If we don't see that consolidation here, then it'll go down. But if it goes down, we have indicated where you're looking at. You don't get it everywhere, guys. This is my prediction. And this is a good time to purchase your crypto. Okay? So if that happened, but even if this goes up, it needs to come down sometime, at least somewhere here. So we'll change this as we go on. This is the current prediction, but I personally believe this is not going to come down straight away here. I still believe it's going to go up here and may do some altcoin season can happen, then come down. But for Bitcoin purposes, that's not the case. Let's look at the REM charts, guys. Again, I told you this is a very good time to purchase the REM. As you can see, because of the Bitcoin drop, REM has dropped. And this is a good movement because you see these sort of pumps happening. And when you buy here, you gonna double your link here. So you know what, that's the main thing. I just say, why be very vigilant. This is a true project, not a hypothetical project, and this is not a dog coin or a cat coin, right? This is something you looking into the future. So if you purchase now here and something happens, something like this, which you can see in the daily chart, something like this happen, guys, you're in a huge profit. Huge profit. This is close to $1, right? And this is what happened with micro projects, and do your due diligence. This is not a financial advice. Please do your due diligence. And once you do your due diligence, you would figure out this is a great time to purchase a proper RWA coin called REM. And REM is available in MEXC exchange. So that is another beautiful factor. We still in there. MEXC does a lot of audits and everything. We pass those audits. So that's why I wanted you to know it's a very regulated exchange. That's why we like the MEXC. So why don't you just go ahead and purchase that? I mean, that's something from a director from REM. So I just think this is a good time to purchase. Okay, going back to Bitcoin, I just firmly believe if this were to go ahead like this, see what happened here. What happened here? Basically, if we go back here, we started on the 1st January till over here. So like 4 months, we had a nice consolidation period. Even if we have here, from here, let's say from here. So say from April, if we see May, June, something like this, then we would see another pump up here. If we don't see that, it's going to decline. It's going to come down heavily. It's going to come down like this. If this sort of a trigger happens here, we're looking around somewhere here, 50s, to 40s. It can go down, right? And that's what's supposed to happen, to be really frankly honest, right? So exactly what happened here. Look at this over here in 2022. Over here went pumped up, came down. There's nothing to be basis on. Over here staggered and then down and then down. So then it starts again slowly but steadily to move up. So that's why I think this is the use case. This is where we're looking around. But that's for you to understand that you can purchase more, not to sell here, not to panic sell here, right? If we go to the fear and greed index, you can see now this is, let me again do a bit of, yeah, so this is in neutral still. Yesterday it was a little bit fear came in the market, but now we're back into neutral zone. That's okay. So we are still there. If we go to the Bitcoin dominance chart, again, Bitcoin dominance stays. This is Bitcoin dominance. This is, again, I'm going to say, guys, this is not the price. This is the dominance factor. And it is a 60. It's still on 60s, and that's perfectly fine. If we go to the altcoin season index, this is very important for us. We still see it under 30, 33, so it's still in the neutral zone sort of a thing, but we want it to push to the altcoin season thing. So this is where we are not very clear about when the altcoin season is going to happen. But guys, it's day by day we're taking, and please do not panic sell. And I would say, it is important to be vigilant and to be calm in this sort of a scenario. Kaz, as I said, we have to be very careful in our dealings, keeping the proper mindset and making sure that, and of course, with REM, we're more than happy to help support our community, not just to buy properties, but also to understand the market because there's two sides of our project. One side is the blockchain side and the fractionalized data side and the crypto currency we're looking at with the utility token
Yeah.
we talk about. So we need to educate people on the market as well so they get the most out of it. Same time, we do support people to purchase properties and make sure they tokenize in the future and we can liaise with that. So this is a huge ecosystem that we work on. And that's why I say, REM project itself is a very massive when it comes to clarity at exactly what Kaz said. So that's my 2 cents, Kaz. Go from there, yes.
No, thank you very much, Callum. So there you go, guys. It is happening, and like I said, everyone's still feeling bullish, Callum. I think I told you that too, yeah. So the indicator shows everyone in high 90s, which is still good. People still believe in the market, and no one left. Everyone's holding on to it, which is a really good thing. So let's keep an eye on the Clarity Act. What's going to happen? Like Callum said, it's not effected yet. It had to be signed. There's some couple of two more signatures away, Senate and the Mr. President. Obviously, that part will go a bit fast, but I think the rumor says the government, the Trump government, is pushing to put that into act effective by 4th of July, which is a good thing. So let's be optimistic and wait, see what's happened. But till now and then, we'll keep an eye on the market, what's going on, because the massive hype is building, and that can change a lot of things where it's going. So we'll come back to you with another episode with more information on this. And like we always said, like, subscribe, and follow us, and let us know what you want us to talk about, and then we'll have an in-depth information session on that specific ones. So still then, we'll see you on another episode of our Bus again, and have a good day. See ya.
Okay.